Well, to further discuss the Hunter Biden scandals, I want to welcome former deputy chairman of the Trump 2016 campaign and the author of the new book, Wicked Game, an insider story on how Trump won, Mueller failed, and America lost, Rick Gates. Hi, Rick. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I want to jump right into it. You were, of course, as we know, a key witness for Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian election interference, the basis of which we know was unverified information. Now we're hearing President Trump call for a Mueller investigation into Joe Biden after allegations of corruption involving Ukraine were reported by the New York Post, as I'm sure you've seen. Do you agree with the president? And what makes you confident that these claims against Biden might carry weight in court, for example?
Yeah, first of all, absolutely. If we had been afforded the same treatment that the Bidens have been getting over the last several days, it would have been a much different story, in 2017 when the Mueller investigation started. So it's this, and this is exactly what I go to in my book about this system of two different, dual justices and the way that our American government looks at, different acts. And this is the best example, and it couldn't have come at a better time. So I absolutely hope that the Department of Justice is listening to the president on this, because I think it does at least warrant a further look and investigation into exactly what happened.
Well, and considering the amount of time and experience that you have working in Ukraine, what stands out to you in regards to Joe Biden? What's being left out that you think is important for people to know?
Absolutely. And I was in Ukraine at the time that Joe Biden took 6 trips to Ukraine while he was vice president. 3 of those trips occurred in 2014. And one of them occurred directly after Hunter Biden was appointed to the Burisma board. And I can tell you, just from my experience in Ukraine, the story does go deeper. There are more people involved. One of the individuals that was with Burisma was also a member of the political party that I worked for in Ukraine over the 10-year period. And it's just, look, Ukraine is a different country. In Ukraine, you can be the richest CEO and the Speaker of the House at the same time. There's no conflict. So this was an opportunity, I think, for Hunter to take advantage of his father's access. I think the other interesting thing about this is it's very rare that a vice president has a foreign policy platform in a specific country under his portfolio. And I would like to know more about why Ukraine was given to Joe Biden. That's why we have a State Department, and frankly, that's why we have a president.
Yeah, and something you bring up as well, these foreign ties, these foreign business dealings, it's not just the Biden's business dealings in Ukraine that are under the microscope. The Post, as we know, as of yesterday, dropped allegations regarding China and the Chinese Communist Party. Knowing what we know now about the Mueller findings, do you think that might be the end result regarding these claims against Joe Biden, or what are we looking at here?
Yeah, look, obviously we have to verify the intelligence, but the interesting thing is the Bidens haven't come out and denied it. They haven't come out and said it's not their laptop. Hunter has not come out and made any specific statement. What they have seemed to be doing is buying time. I just heard on your report that now the vice president is saying he didn't meet with any Burisma official, but yet he just said a few days ago that it could have been on the calendar. So we still have a lot more to look at, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of it.
Yeah, and so it's interesting. I mean, we've all seen the video of Biden touting the fact that he helped pressure Ukraine fire the one prosecutor that he's being linked to, but then at the same time denying that he ever met with any of those officials. What do you make of that?
Yeah, look, same thing with the Mueller probe, right? We know a lot more today than we did back then. And I think as more of the truth, more of the evidence comes out, we're going to learn more about exactly what the vice president did. And I don't think in this instance he's going to be able to say he forgot. And if these emails are accurate and some of the information's coming out, he's got to answer these questions. And clearly that didn't happen last night on the ABC town hall, where there were plenty of opportunities to at least give the vice president an opportunity to defend himself.
Well, and do you think that the media has taken the responsibility that it should perhaps be taking as far as pressing Biden about these issues and asking more from his son? I mean, we know his son sat for one interview a few months back, but since then, everyone's sort of been asking, where's Hunter? So what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, the media has not done a very good job, and they've really been irresponsible in that regard. I mean, imagine if this had happened to one of Donald Trump's children. I can't even imagine the onslaught of the media coverage that would have been focused on any one of them. And look, journalists are supposed to get to the facts. So if the Bidens come out and say this didn't happen, then great. Then talk to the media, talk to the journalists. Let the journalists do the investigation. Let them do the digging to see what we can find and what we can learn. But they're not doing that.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.